Tuesday, February 20th, 2024 at 4:10 p.m. Okay, so first up is the Executive Administration and Legal Committee. Roll call, please.
Ms. Snow?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Yep.
Ms. Katz?
Here. All right, first,
May you have a point? I'm sorry, thank you.
first is a motion to recommend approval of the January 2024 financial statements.
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Then a motion to ratify payment of the January 2024 legal bill. Oh, sorry. Any public comments about the first motion? Sorry, y'all. Okay. Then, item number 2, motion to recommend ratifying payment of the January 2024 legal bill.
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Any public comments? Motion number 3, motion to recommend ratifying payment of the January 2024 accounting bill. Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any public comments? No? Number 4, to hear a presentation on Placer AI location intelligence and foot traffic data software.
Madam Chair, that item is going to be paid in block 3.4.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you. All right, then number 5, motion to recommend approval of the cooperative and endeavor agreement with the Alexandria Pineville Convention and Visitors Bureau in an amount not to exceed $16,500.
That motion is fully also until the board,
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you. Any public comments for this committee meeting? Then we stand adjourned. Next up is Government Relations Committee.
Roll call, please.
Dr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Chris Patel? Ms. Candace Chang? Here.
Our only item is public comment for this committee. Not committee adjourned.
All right, then up next, thank you, is the Capital Projects Committee, Mr. Carroll. Okay, would you do roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Carroll? Dr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Ronald Morgan?
Here.
Dr. Lewis, you have the point.
Do we have any public comments for this committee? Not committee adjourned.
Okay. Okay, we have 2 minutes. Until we can-
No.
Right. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm going to go through, we're in the meeting, we're waiting, for 4:15, in about 2 minutes to start our regular meeting.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, thanks for being here. It's 4:15. Let's us convene the data regular board meeting on this Monday, February 19th at 4:15 p.m. Call to order. That was that. All right, let's have an invocation, please. Pastor Jackson, sorry. Would you please?
Let us fall. Thank you for the opportunity to gather great mind, great part. We have dedicated community cause of advancing Central Louisiana. Thank you for the gate forward. We ask that you give them all the wisdom needed this week. Ask in your name.
Oh, pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Ms. Snow?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
Here.
Ms. Cass?
Here.
Mr. Carroll? Ms. Cheney?
Here.
Mr. Patel? Mr. Morgan?
Here.
Madam Chair, you have the floor.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda is a motion to approve the February 2024 consent agenda.
So moved.
Thank you. Second. Thank you.
It's moved by Dr. Lewis and seconded by Ms. Cass.
Any comments? Thank you.
I just want to make a note in the minutes, we, on the on point for the Tuskegee, we put that it failed, but it passed through to it.
I went back and looked at the tape and it did not, I don't know, it failed.
Just wanted clarification. I thought it-
Okay, item number 2, motion to approve the all in favor of, sorry, for motion number 1, to approve the consent agenda. Do I need a roll call? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Now, we get to go to motion number 2, to approve the compensation package and contract for the executive director.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Lewis and seconded by Ms. Cass. Any public comment?
Thank you.
Roll call vote.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Ms. Angie Bernardo, for stepping up. You know, I've supported you since the start of this. I think you're the best fit for what we have and need right now, with everything that's going on. And it brings leadership stability for sure. That was the number 1 priority. 2, there's no learning curve because you've done it as long as you've done it. 3, you have my support for sure, and I'm sure every other commissioner and the public, you have our support, and your success is going to depend on us supporting you all the way through. But you obviously have my support.
Yes. We have some public comment. Sorry.
I'm just asked, Ms. Bernardo has been with Gator 20 years. That 1,000 on audits, they never failed on one. So I feel strongly that we make a good decision with Ms. Bernardo. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yes,
Okay.
I don't see no problem with her being,
Can you come to the microphone?
state names, my name Danny Kane. I don't see no need to bring nobody else in here to clean out your own house when she been staying in the house for 20 years. So therefore, whoever come in here to try to take her place would be totally unnecessary and wrong. If anybody feels that she's not the person for the job, then they don't need to be on the board. So y'all can take that.
In the
Thank
community,
you. Thank you.
the community support.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ms. Bell, and Ms. Bernardo, my friend. You know I support you always. You stepped up. I know you can do it because we work together. And no, I'm not gonna say that. But keep continue being you. And you have my support. Just call. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
Ms. Angie, you are a phenomenal woman. You stood the test and you won. I want you to know that you will always have my support. You worked up under Mr. Moller for 19 years. Who else is better qualified for this position than you?
I was gonna let them know that today. So I'm letting you know, you do your job, you continue to do it well, and you have my support.
That's Johnny Bernardo's daughter.
To this board as well as, Ms. Angela Bernardo, Frank Jackson, Senior Pastor, St. Anthony Baptist Church, and of course, involved in this community, excited about today. I want to say to this board, where definitely to Mr. Angie, you've been trained well. Those of you know, Ms. Bernardo as well as under Mr. Motor, and you've been considered all the time. So, well done, well deserved. To this board, it's good to see continuity. It's good to see commitment and dedication and oneness. Things can get done. So I'm excited about each and every one of you, your commitment to advance Gator and advancing Gator, you advancing Central Louisiana, where we all live. I look forward to great things happening. So thanks to each and every one of you. Amen. For going forward. Amen.
My name is Ms. Bernardo. I know for sure you're gonna do this job. You cannot do a job as long as you haven't been doing it and say that you're not qualified to do it. As a veteran, and she is a fellow veteran, we are soldiers to the end. When we die, we're still gonna be soldiers. When we get buried, we're gonna have that flag across on our chest. So there's no way that you can say that you cannot do this job. No way, because you have been his right-hand man all these years. And the ideal that one of our city council women thought it was fine to write a letter, put together a long letter to discourage you guys to put her in this position, speaks value of that person and their credibility. I wish you luck in everything that you do. I know you're gonna continue doing the work of Gator. You're the representation. You're gonna do a hell of a fine job, and I'm so proud. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rex Washington, City Councilman in Alexandria District 1. And I just want to say, Ms. Angie, congratulations on this. You know, you've had my support with my appointee. We've spoken on it, and I'm in 100% agreement with it. And as you've seen, as I sent word, I feel like everyone has a position and has a place and has to play their role. And so, you know, my hands are in this, and I'm happy with you all's decision on picking her. And I think that we're going to see Gator go to another level, and I'm excited about what's going to happen. So thank you.
Any other comments?
Thank you. Lorenzo Davis, Senior Community Activist and friend of Ms. Candace Cheney. Champion, congratulations. Black History.
Amen.
Right. And you've accomplished this, and this is something that we need to stand on and be proud of. Because I knew your mother well. Me and Ms. Johnny worked on a lot of programs together, moved him. So I'm saying to you, you're gonna have to stand. Even when opposition doesn't look good, you're gonna have to stand. Lead by example. So we're very proud of today as a community. I commend the people that came out today to support this, because if it would have went any other way, we would stand with you. So I say to all of them, you've done well, and I stand for Storm, Ms. Candace, on the fact that I think you need to be a part of this process going forward.
Amen.
And I believe that, because what I've heard about you, what I've read and studied. So again, congratulations, Ms. Angela, and your mother's smiling. Probably.
Oh, yeah, thank y'all. I ain't gonna walk to the, mic because my voice loud enough. My name is Ken, I'm a grassroots activist. I've been paying attention, I've been watching, watching everything going on. We've been, informed and coming from the community, the y'all call the hood. We all, have y'all back and we support y'all. Thank you for everything you're doing, you and Ms. Candace. Especially thank from the community, from all brothers and sisters where I'm at and where I be at, we highly appreciate what y'all doing, and it's needed, especially during Black History Month and what Black people have been going through ever since we touched this land. So I thank you from the heart, from the soul, for all our sisters and brothers that came and died for this cause. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Congratulations. Black Power, all over the people.
Roll call vote. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's okay. Get up, yes, ma'am.
I'm Mary Wadsworth, a community activist. And of course, I know Miss Shane, and I know your mother, I think, and I should know you too. So I'm just standing to say that you are great, you are great too, and there are greater things that you shall do. When I say I promise, there are greater things that you shall do with this community, okay? It's important that we stand together, and I'm so glad to see persons that I haven't seen in a good while, but it's okay. And my congratulations is to you and to the board members to work together, because that's the only way you're gonna accomplish anything. And knowing what's happening, okay? And of course, you can always talk to these two ladies. They will listen. I guarantee you, they will listen. And when the community speaks,
Our voice will be heard.
thank you very much. I like that coming from the back. But please just keep going forward, because you have the community at hand with you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Good job. That's what
Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Bell?
Yes.
Dr. Lewis?
You.
Pat?
Yes.
Mr. Carroll? Mr. Payne?
Yes.
Mr. Patel? Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Chairman, Mr. Payne.
I just want to say, first of all, I'm overwhelmed with, I'm sorry. You can see me, but I'm overwhelmed, with the response that, I got, the support that I have. I'm also a little sad because Mr. Moore have retired. So if you see conflict in my face, that's it, because I always look at him handing me, you know, retirement. And I bucked against him a long time. But I want to thank you guys, and I want to also ask for your prayers that we continue to do things with integrity. We pray for wisdom, God's wisdom, and that Gator just do things to change, to make Alexandria a better place to live. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right. Item number 3 has been tabled, so we're moving on. Item number 4 is a motion to approve a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Louisiana Beauticians and Barbers Association Incorporated in the amount of $3,000 for the 77th Conference, Trade Show, and Education Mastering Trends for Beauty Industry Success to be held on April 13th, 2024.
This was a recommendation from the committee that, I believe the meeting was held on Wednesday. And I think you all had an opportunity to look at it on the portal. They couldn't be here because with all the changes, they're not able to be, they did plan to be here for tomorrow. So just to let you know, that's why we don't have a representative.
Yes.
So it's the 77th Annual Trade Show and Education Conference, Mastering Trends for Beauty Industry Success. The event will offer continuing education units for teachers seeking accreditation. It's 3 days of activities, which will include a general assembly, classes, luncheons, desires to be able to retreat at a president's banquet. And so the committee is recommending a grant in the amount of $3,000 for the conference to be held April 13th.
I did a little research and a show like this has never been to Alexandria, right?
They came last year.
Oh, they came.
It
last
was,
year?
it was,
Oh, okay. And how was the attendance?
it was real nice. I went to a few of them. I think the biggest thing was to see use for cosmetologists and barbers. They were supposed to submit last year, but I'm not sure why they did, but it was a nice turnout. Trying to attend as many of those as I did.
Okay. And did many people from out of town come?
Yes.
They were from,
Got, I'd like to bring, Anna from the Hotel Bentley on.
oh,
She's been working with the group, to come. So she has a lot of work down in the movie.
Hi.
they
The Hair and Beauty Barber Association has done lots of work. They normally do their training and their conferences down south, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. They came here last year for 2 days, but their conferences they want to hold here. And I've actually got a 4-year contract with them. And a lot of this depends on the monies coming from GATA to help them. They're picking up more barbers and more classes, and they're very anxious and willing and wanting to come to Alexandria. We will be hosting them here at the Hotel Bentley. And we're doing things that they've never had done before, and they're super excited. So I hope that everything that GATA can do, also the Alexandria CBD can do, we want them here. We want them to meet us in the middle, which is Alexandria. They're giving us a full house for 3 days. That's great for Hotel Bentley. And they're using most of my meeting spaces also. If you have any other questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Or the dates, was April 13th, or?
Hmm?
You said 3 days.
Yes,
They're actually, say just 13, but they're actually here.
for 3 days. Mhm.
So if they ask for, what did they initially ask for?
50,000.
So is there any way we could at least give them half of what they asked for? If it was such a good,
Well, the decision was made to fund all of their marketing. That's where we came up with that budget, and this is the amount that they said that they needed for their marketing.
what, 3,000?
According to the budget sheet that they provided us, that was the amount.
Yes, the rest of them was not from the school.
We got from the sport funds.
The rest of it was for what?
Not
The
food.
breakdown.
You can ask for food.
Well, no, they did ask for food, I think they only put,
How much
they
they
only
only
did
have?
advertising marketing.
How much did
Was
they
it
ask?
$10 for food?
Something that she's. Some of it was posters and fish cards and other things that were not permissible for us to
Okay,
fund.
okay, I can understand and do that. But what did they ask for food?
I think the numbers were different by line than the total amount that they asked, if I remember.
Right, their budget was a little bit confusing. The budget worksheet
They were
itself.
having a hard time filling out their application. So that's one thing too, that we could definitely ask for, that when they are doing their applications, that they get help from them. Is that something that y'all do?
That is something absolutely that we do, and Angie's been very good about helping anybody and everybody that calls her with that, and we have worked on those forms, and as simple as possible. They have formulas within them, so the numbers should add up correctly when they put them in. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens on the other end, when people, because this is not the only one that comes through that the numbers make absolutely no sense, but, you know, what they ask for in one place is not the same as what
They're asking the other.
right, so it gets very confusing, and
I'm sure.
yeah, so, so that's part of how we came up with what we came up, I'm sorry, the committee came up with, but, yeah.
I would love to see more money though for them. I mean, I'm not, well, so I can't make that decision, but, that would be nice. Are you looking up something?
Yes, I am. answer Ms. Cheney's question.
I'm thinking,
It's backwards 2024, no, 2023. Development Fund.
I think they may ask for one for 10,000 for food, but when you added up the food things, when they broke it down in there, it's funny, and that only came to like 20,000. We weren't sure why the meals were gonna cost X dollar amount, but they asked for this dollar amount for,
So they thought it got confusing in the paperwork.
I'm not sure, or they left out some of the meals that they had hoped to fund.
Ms. Cheney, did you, as you know, anytime, this is just a recommendation. You can make a motion to amend the amount to whatever amount you would like to. Of course, if it passes, it's a second from the floor.
When I would like to make that one.
One
Make a motion to amend this 3,000
Yes.
So what?
to what, maybe 20,000?
how much? What's the amount? I'm sorry.
20,000. I mean, Mr. Lewis, you said you attended this event and it was a good event. It brought in a lot of people.
Yes. No, they were coming to do trainings, they did demonstration, hair demonstration, I'm not mistaken. Some master barber classes. And a few other things. I think they were doing it mostly for the CEUs, for the state license. So they turned out.
And they did stay at the hotel.
Let's start this family group. And it's gonna grow every year. Can I get a second?
Good for you to pull up the number.
I'm still trying to, I'm looking at it, and it's not letting me connect to the portal. Trying to find her solution.
And I would do 3,000 for the advertising and 5,000 for
The food,
food. For the day, you know,
so you would do what, 3,000?
3,000 for, and then add 5,000 for the food person.
So Ms. Cheney,
What about 3,000 for the marketing
Hey,
and
I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on.
5,000 for the food?
Yes, for 8,000 total.
Total 8,000.
So 3,000 what we already have, and add the food that you're asking, 5,000 for that. And then as we build it, we come back and then we'll increase it from there. That's what I was supporting.
Our motion was, 5,000.
To add for meals,
For meal.
so it'll be 8,000 total.
8,000.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, well, you would support that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll have the motion for Ms. Cheney. The minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
What is the amendment? So, sorry, I was looking.
2,000 for real and 3,000 for more advertising and more.
So a total of 8.
For a total of 8.
Thank you.
Oh, you- Thank you.
you haven't voted yet.
Oh.
No, we just. That's Ms. Cheney's motion, Dr. Lewis, no, Ms. Katz seconded it. All right, Ms. Snow, want to do a roll call? All right, Ms.
For the
I found the budget, but anyway, okay, yeah,
Was it 10,000?
it was 8. It was 8,000. 8 per week, okay. Okay, roll call vote then, yeah.
Ms. Snow,
Yes.
Dr. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Katz,
Yes.
Mr. Carroll, Ms. Cheney,
Yes.
Mr. Patel, Mr. Morgan.
Yes.
The amended motion passes, the chair.
They're abstention, there. Just there.
It's all, if you get all the boards, it's all, all of the applications are on the.
Yeah, I just didn't get on to it.
Right, and the Economic Development Committee met last week, it had its, the regular board meeting. Try to move things along and we can have an discussion amongst themselves. Okay, item number 5, motion to not recommend a grant request from Glass Act Recycling for the Love Boot Bonanza to be held April 27, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Oh, public comment.
This is a motion not to recommend, Ms. Snow,
Yes.
Dr. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Katz,
Yes.
Mr. Carroll, Ms. Cheney,
Yes.
Mr. Patel, Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
motion.
Thank you. Last item, motion to consider a grant request from the Louisiana Community and Technical College System in the amount of $10,000 for the annual Skills USA Louisiana Leadership and Skills Conference to be held April 15th through 17th, 2024.
So moved.
Motion.
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Okay. Public comment.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't hear you. You want to give us a short overview of your unit?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for providing me the opportunity to address you today. I truly appreciate and excited about hosting the conference, again, the Skills USA Louisiana College, the secondary state leadership and skills conference. Sorry about the lengthy name of that. But really, Skills USA is a national student organization, and our state association within Louisiana, being housed within Louisiana Community College system, is really excited about bringing this event back to the Alexandria area. It truly is an organization focused on skill development. So important for our students across our 12 colleges, bringing them to this statewide event. There is a leadership and skill development component of the conference, but the big part of the event is to allow the students, the elite students from across our college programs to come and compete in approximately 50 competition areas. So everything from culinary to cosmetology to welding. Last year we held it in the Alexandria Center, and we intend to do that again this year, utilizing space within the Holiday Inn, CLTCC, Clayco Manufacturing Center. Again, we certainly wanted to provide room availability at Hotel Bentley and Holiday Inn. Hotel Bentley, which is a great problem for them, was booked out throughout that week. So we will have some overflow hotel from the Holiday Inn being the first choice because it's closest to the facility. But we are excited to also offer the other hotels in the vicinity. We're really excited about this event. It's great exposure, of course, for Alexandria, highlighting one of our colleges of our 12 there, CLTCC. And I am happy to answer any questions about Skills USA in general or about this event. And just, again, thank you so much for providing the opportunity to consider this one.
Any questions? Anybody? Any public comments? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Snow,
Yes.
Dr. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Katz,
Yes.
Mr. Carroll, Ms. Cheney, yes, Mr. Patel, Mr. Morgan.
Yes.
All right, and so concludes the most items on the agenda, except for we'll move down the rest of the list. The executive director has an opportunity to make some more comments. No? All right.
Thank you again.
Yes, absolutely. So, commissioner comments, I would like to say, can I start first? Please. I would like to say thank you to all of you and to all of you, and thank you to our representatives, for our city council representatives. Yeah. Thank you for coming. Sorry, I didn't recognize you earlier, but thank you all for being here and showing support for Gaia and for this Barnado.
Yes, ma'am, you forgot this one, but he's on the deep end.
Oh, yes. Yes, yeah. Yes, all of you. Okay, anybody else? Commissioner comments?
Just want to say to this board, we have to support Ms. Bernardo through this. Community folks, you'll have to support us through this, and Ms. Bernardo and the events that we try to bring in regularly. If you know anybody or any organization that has events throughout the state or throughout the country, send them up here. Send them to us. Mr. Ronald does not mind helping. One thing, when people do come, they never follow up. That's the hardest thing. We can't go out there and do it and call them and make the decision for them. So, bring them to the board, bring them to Ms. Bernardo. We're willing to work with any organization. We try to be as flexible as possible to make sure that we promote economic development with this city. Ms. Bernardo, we're proud of you. I'm proud of you. We're here to support you.
No, yes, thank you. Okay, legal counsel comments?
So I want to first acknowledge Mr. Matt Nowlin, who's in the back there. Matt and I have been working tirelessly and diligently regarding the youth corps project. Mr. Morgan, I don't know if you were on the board at the time, but youth corps is a rare metal facility, and that the state of Louisiana has offered certain incentives packages to youth corps to select a facility for Louisiana Strategic Metals Complex. They came to Gator and as an incentive for youth corps to come here, Gator agreed to assist. And once operational, the youth corps facility would create approximately 100 new direct jobs with an annual salary of $50,000 and an estimated 398 new jobs in and around Alexandria. As you all know, after this body voted to assist youth corps in coming here, the city of Alexandria came in through some of their council persons and representatives and said, well, because that facility would be on the air base, it's outside of Alexandria, and you all cannot assist in allowing them to come here as an incentive. So the board already decided, but they decided to, after we voted, we held up. And Matt, you can correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. And we requested an attorney general's opinion because it would be economic development, and of course it would assist in our community, something that we desperately need. Well, we just heard back from the attorney general's office, and they did say that it's because it does sit outside of the city of Alexandria, although it would be an economic impact, their position is that it's not allowed. But the board could choose to move forward in that the argument could be, of course, is economic development. It's a now interestingly enough, there's been no issues with us providing and encouraging other projects to come here, particularly when it has such a great impact on this community. But for whatever reason, the city decided to say no.
Did the council give a reason?
They came, who was it, Mr. Rubin? It was Mr. Rubin and also Mr. Ransom with the city that objected to it. And as it turns out, the Attorney General does agree with them. So it is what it is. But unfortunately, Matt, and I wish I'd had this conversation with you prior to that, we're going to talk about it a little bit more at our retreat. But I did want to make sure, particularly with the community here, that this was an opportunity for us, and the city said no, and Attorney General's office did agree. So whether or not UCOR comes, I know you're looking sad, Mr. Nowlin, I'm sorry.
They're coming. We have a lease sign.
Okay. So Gator was supposed to assist in their lease, so just to make it a little easier for them to come as an incentive. So I'm glad to hear that they are in fact still coming, because I did not know that. But I definitely want to inform the board that the AG's opinion has not been released, but he did call me and we had a conversation just the other day. And so I wanted to make sure that you all knew the update on that.
Quick question, can the ordinance be adopted or modified to include anything, like within the following radius?
That's my question. That's good.
That would have to go through the city legislature.
How does that affect our granting to, like, the softball games and different things that we do at
All-
LSU?
As I would say, since they questioned this one, and I would say from here on out, none of it. So
And LSUA feels,
LSUA, out, none of it.
Oh, you tied it out for money.
Good question, wow.
That's right. The money.
So based upon that AG's opinion, what we, is all the things that we have previously supported and given funds to the tournaments and so on and so forth. Based upon them bringing this to us, and we have an opinion from the city, I would say no.
can we make a list of those so we can go back and, I guess we gotta vote, vote it down, or what do we need to do?
How do we even handle that with the
I'll, yeah, we'll just have to, I'll come up with something and we'll talk about it at the retreat, because it already has been passed, we just put it on hold, waiting on the attorney.
You and all of that,
Ma'am?
like, was that links on the Bayou, stuff like that, even?
Cousins?
links on the Bayou. Are they?
Links on Bayou is in the city.
I know.
I'll check, but I didn't think so.
Oh, so funny.
Seem like they don't care about that.
Right around.
Oh,
Standard fees of the, for the city.
Public comment, yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it possible to have a delegation going back to the city? I know we don't like to do this, it's a follow-up, but I'm talking from the experience of trying to work within this city and other locations to let them know that this is very important. And they need to agree on assisting, even though that it may be a little, 5 miles out? How many miles? How many?
Oh, let's, thank you, for what you let you ask.
But that's what I'm looking at now, because it does help to work together on events. And I see that this as being a very important event that could help the city and could help others. And the taxpayers. Exactly, the revenue.
Lower poverty, it's
So that's just,
Yes, it's on there.
Well,
insight that I was.
that's on the base, they don't want to give no money, at least on the Bayou's on the base too, so they shouldn't give no money either.
Well, that's why.
I think we're trying to figure out how far
We need to know that. Give them a back.
Because Kenny Lane can't vote for nobody, so how Kenny Lane get to vote for somebody?
Mr. Don, do you know if Links in the Bayou is in the city or not?
I know that Links on the Bayou is not on the air base itself.
Okay.
I believe it is in the city limits.
Okay.
The, just brief historical, the city of Alexandria used to own the airport, donated to the federal government leading up to World War II. And then as part of the base closures in the early nineties, the Base Production Act, the England Economic and Industrial Development District was created as were these districts all over the country to take ownership of these closing Air Force bases or military bases. So at one point it wasn't the city of Alexandria. And so if you look at the map, it's actually carved out. But I don't believe the Bayou, Links on the Bayou is, I know it's not on the air base. I don't know if it's, I believe it is in the city, but don't take it.
But they don't make no money anyway. So what you, they don't make the city no money. Give me somebody to spend a motel to 3 weeks in the Bayou.
I want to check on that.
Yeah.
Is there any way to override the, legislation that has, said no to it? Is it?
The city,
But you said city council? City council, is it?
Clarification on that.
City council?
And we'll discuss it more in our board retreat, which is, just for the public to know, we'll be putting out a public notice. The board retreat will be at Saturday. That allows all the board members to be there. It is open to the public. It'll be at the museum from 9 to 1 at the Alexandria Museum.
And what day?
Saturday. It's
Saturday.
Saturday, 24th. Yes, ma'am.
And a time again?
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And again, if I don't have your email addresses and you want to be added to our distribution list, just let me know. I'll put a piece of paper out. As a matter of fact, if we can just put one of those over there so people can start putting their email address down, you'll get our public notice.
Thank you. Comments here, so this is, last call for public comments or questions.
I have another question. What is the, Air Force Base, considered as Boyce? That's Boyce?
No, it was,
We're not sure.
North Alexander?
it was Alexandria.
North Alexander?
Alexandria.
Okay.
It's not the city limits.
Not in the city limits.
That's
It's not the city limits.
that old gray area, huh?
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
Thank you, all right, adjourn. Thank you all for coming, thank you for being here.
You already got to sit up there.